Hello, everyone. Hello, my lovelies. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. How are we all doing? Are we live? Is it functional? Is she a woman, girls? Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Monday night live stream. Oh, my goodness. The chat is popping off. Hello, everyone. Oh, you're suddenly like, why are you talking so loud? I'm very confused. Yes. So, hello, everyone. Hello. Let me just scroll up the chat a little bit so I can see who was here, my loves. Hello to Charms. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Charlie, Sol, Wakanda Grande, Philip Worthington, Marcel, Elias, Alison, Shayla Girls, Water Dragon, Lil Me. Hello, my lovelies. How are we all doing? So I've literally just had to dash out to the supermarket and I've come back. And Biscuit left a lovely big puddle of piss for me at the front door, didn't you? Yes, little Biscuit. Yes, I'm sorry. I should have known and been like, right, we'll go for a little wee first. But it was all in a hurry, so yes. How are we all doing, my loves? It is surprisingly warm in here. I might have to actually open my window, and I'm like, ugh, dying. So, I've had a bit of a week, haven't I, Mr. Biscuits? Haven't I? So, my lovelies, if you've been following me on Instagram, you will know what sort of caper I've been up to. Goodness, the chat is popping off. Do you know what? I'm desperately just going to go and open a window. I'll be right back 1 second. A bowl of piss. Beautiful, yes. I've got a bucket of piss, sweetie. And I am back, and that probably made no difference whatsoever to my current heat state. I'm never shopping at BHS again. So, my lovelies, yes, I have had a pretty intense, couple of weeks, actually. I inadvertently had to take off, last week, because I had a copyright strike on a video, which was really annoying. It was meant to go live, wasn't it, Biscuit? Am I too hot? Do you want to have a little sit down now you said hello to everyone? What do you have to say? Anything? No? How have you got eye glue on your whisker? How did that happen? Silly little beast. I love you. I'm going to put you on your little pillow next to Mummy. Yes, please don't set any house fires. Thank you. Little kisses. Yes, so, my goodness. Where do I start, my loves? Where do we start? So, mustache, your cat. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I love that. Does he have a little mustache by any chance? So, which is the best chat for me to look at? I haven't streamed on YouTube for about a month now. So, what's that? You're good to go? Okay, good. Good to go, girls. Oh, talking about good to go, I went to Eurovision in the UK at Liverpool with Novimpia and Roly was it last week? The week before last? Gosh, it's the week before last now, isn't it? Goodness me. 2 weeks ago we left. What's this? What's this? You can do it. I'm in. Is Louis here? Apparently Louis is here. So, yes, we went to see Eurovision and I had a great time, actually. A lot more exciting in real life than it is just watching it on TV. I mean, that should go without saying, right? So I was gagged when we entered the arena and it was all blue and the Eurovision thing was there and I have neighbours watching me live stream currently. Oh, how fun. Yes, she's a woman on the internet. Not getting her tits out just yet. How surprising. No, it was really fun. Really, really good. We managed to get tickets to the first semi-final rehearsal and the second semi-final rehearsal. Is that right? I think that's right. And it was really good, really good. Some of my favourite acts were Queen of the Kings, that lady, who was Norway. Is it Alessandra for Norway? She was amazing. Love that. What an excellent... Oh, Julie, disagree. I quite like Loreen. I quite liked her, yes. But I did want Moldova to do better than they did because I really liked the Witchy Poo songs, Witchy Poo vibes. But I would have been happy with Finland or Moldova or Norway to win. I mean, it was pretty much going to be Loreen, wasn't it, really? It was going to be Loreen. Judging from, I never speak about stuff like this, but, the bookies. You know, people who make bets about all sorts of things. She was is the word slated? Slated to win? She was going to win. Predicted? Is that the word? Predicted to win. Hello, Melanie. Welcome to your first live, my love. Welcome, welcome. Also, I've got so many new followers in tonight. Hello, my loves. My last video has done exceptionally well in the algorithm for some reason. And I've got a couple of thousand new followers. So hello if you're all in here. Thank you so much for subscribing and supporting. I have just seen a super chat. I wonder if my alert box is going to pay attention or she's going to be like, no, No. No. No, Soul Savior. Okay, I'll read it out. I'm so happy my country came third. Oh. Is she silent? That's a silent woman, isn't it? Why are you silent? What are you doing, Naughty? Why are you silent? I love streaming on YouTube. Well, you heard that, didn't we? Oh, is this why? Oh, is that why? Oh, hang on. Oh, goodness sake. Always a problem. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Is it that one? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Sorry about that, my love. But yes, I was so big Noah Carell fan pre-ESC. Where is it? Where's that gone? So I had a lot riding on the entry. Should have won. Oops, I said it. To be honest, it's going to be one of those things where I feel like no matter who won, someone was going to be upset. I mean, I'm not like hugely invested in like the Euro. Why can't? Can you hear this woman? She's quiet. Is she quiet? She's just no, I don't want to read aloud, actually. Eamon O'Donnell soiled my petticoat. Oh, no. Thank you. And had a happy anniversary. My goodness, I've got to talk about that as well. So in Eurovision, it was actually really lovely to stay with Novimpia for like the whole week. We had lots of like fun laughter. I will say there's something like, what's the word? Like, my diet went out the window. As soon as I was like away from home, I was like, do you know what? Chips for every meal, burgers everywhere. I was just like, oh, for goodness sake. Hello, Roberto, my love. Hello. Welcome. Yes, Roberto did in fact install brand new lips for me this weekend. How cute is that? Can't hear her. I don't know what she's doing, so I guess we'll just have to. So I don't change any settings between each stream that I do, but sometimes she's like, no, there. I don't know why. It's very annoying. I can't even like monitor only, mute output. I can't even like, we'll do both and hope for the best. So, yes, I really liked Norway. I also really liked Edgar Allan Poe. Who did Edgar Allan Poe? Austria. That was really fun. That was like a fun song. And do you know what? It was really magical to see like behind the scenes, like actually watching people change the staging and stuff. It's actually so impressive because they all have like big different things between each act, and it was so intense, like just watching all these people like run on stage and have to like literally launch all these gigantic things off the way. It was bizarre, but also just goes to show how much of like a, what's the word, how much of like a, like how much is riding on each thing going like absolutely smoothly. As far as I know, I mean, obviously I don't know if I have the eye to be able to tell if something was off, because this is only my third year watching Eurovision. And I was like, I would never have been able to, like, see if there was a problem. So I was like, oh, my God, it's all going really well. Everyone's doing great. Love that. Joker Out should be placed higher. See, Smells Like Teenage Dirtbag. I didn't even realise that Joker Out was the name of the band at first. I was like, Joker Out. Oh, is this a commentary on some leader that we don't know about? Oh, do they want the Joker out? I was like, what's that? I am indeed streaming today, my loves. Am I quiet today? I might be a bit quiet, mightn't I? Where's my filters? Filters. I think I need to be a bit higher. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? So, yes, I really enjoyed myself. I thought it was a great week. Most people did say, though, that, like, the arena... Is it an arena? Does it happen in an arena? I think it does happen in an arena. Was pretty, like... It was weird that there wasn't... It wasn't a bigger arena. As far as I know, there was only like 10,000 seats, which doesn't seem a lot, but there we go. Someone earlier, was it Philip, asked, did Biscuit like his duck-flavoured bubbles? He didn't care. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to blow some bubbles for Biscuit. And he did not care. Absolutely did not care at all. I was like, oh, great. Well, thanks. So it's just going to go and sit in his biscuit box and be like, well, that's it. Right, let me answer some questions. I'm in the US, so it's probably not as big of a phenomenon here. Sounds like Carnival and Mardi Gras had a baby. Is a little bit, so it's got like a huge history, Eurovision has. And I don't know, I never watched it growing up or anything. Like, it was always on, like, obviously every year. Like, I think my mum would tune in to watch it, but I didn't, like, have an interest in it. And I think it's because a lot of, like, when I was younger, the music was very, like... It wasn't, like, my style of music. I mean, I would hazard a guess and say that it's still not really my kind of music, but, like, I really liked Moldova's song. I've been listening to it on repeat. I think it's, like, that one. Oh, it's so good. Love it. Witchy Poos. Was I shocked Loreen won? I mean, no, everyone was saying she was going to win. I didn't actually realise, though, that the last time she won, which was 2013, I think, she won with Euphoria, and I had no idea that was a Eurovision song. Isn't that insane? So good. But Mae Muller was really fun. I think they messed up her a bit on the... Did we just glitch out then? Did we just glitch out? No. I've got some bird video on in the living room for Biscuit, and some weird spraying noises has just happened. Mae Muller's, when we watched the live show, we went to this little place called the Euro Club, and we watched the live. No, we didn't. That's not true. What did we do? No, I watched it with Rolly. They did seem to, not make the best of their voices, which was a little bit weird. I was a bit like, why isn't it this good? I don't know. Seeing it in real life was like, yes, come on, girl. It was great. Loved it. Loved everything. Oh, KJK, Novimpia's vlog of the whole thing was just completely unhinged, deranged. Couldn't believe it. Could not believe they chose to put that sentence as the beginning of that video. I was like, no, say it. But, yes. Then, after the Eurovision had all finished, the dust had settled, Loreen had won, it was great, loved it. I actually had my first anniversary with my boyfriend. Thank you, Sarah, for becoming a member. I don't know why I can't hear her. Have I got, an incorrect audio output or something? Oh, there we go. I think I may have fixed the problem, perhaps. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Isn't that fun? Love doing all that. Yeah, I had my first anniversary with my boyfriend, and we stayed at the Shard, and we had a lovely dinner and a little swim, and it was lovely. I can't hear this woman. Fun fact. Oh, thank you, Sarah, for joining. What did you think of the drag queens performing? I actually quite loved it. In real life, it was really fun. It was actually very fun. I enjoyed the whole thing. Insider tea is that one of them is on the next season of Drag Race, just so you know. No, say it. Sol Stavia, thank you. Fun fact, Ireland got 10 points in the semi from the Netherlands, Denmark, Azerbaijan, and Malta got less, while Romania and San Marino got 0. My top 3, by the way. Il at Fi. I don't know what IL at FI is. I'm not sure what that... I don't know what that is. But thank you, Sol. Yes. I don't really understand how, the judging works. I'm a bit, amateur Eurovision viewer. I'm not hugely oh my god, I'm going to make a prediction, because everything that I love never does well. I don't mean to be not like other girls, but true. Right, I've got some other questions. Happy 1 year anniversary, thank you. Many more ahead. I cannot believe actually how lovely it is to be in a nice, happy, healthy, loving relationship. It's actually quite shocking. I'm really surprised. You want to see little Biscuit? He is a bit sleepy. Biscuit! Little Biscuit! Do you want to make a little special guest appearance? Oh, come on then. Oh, little Biscuit. Yeah. Come on. Who's a good boy? Is it you? Is you a good boy? Got to support the bum. Support the bum for a little sausage. Are you tired? Look how tired you are. All you do is sleep. His eyes are getting so much better, by the way. I've listened to some guy on my last video. I showed Biscuit for a little bit, and people were like, oh, this is what you do to help with his eyes. And they're so much better. I haven't cleaned him a little bit this evening, because whenever he chews something, he does get a bit teary, and he was just playing a little bit earlier. So, yes, my little Biscuit. Look at him. So gorgeous. Yes. Sorry, was I annoying you? Look. Do you have anything to say? No? Nothing at all? No? That's you. Oh, what was that? Look. You're such a good boy. Oh, I really think you are quite sleepy, so I'm going to put you on your little pillow. There you go. He has a lovely little pillow next to me, and he always comes in and sits next to me when I'm filming, or when I'm streaming, or when I'm editing, which is really nice. And I always leave the door open in case he wants to go out there and have a little break and sit in his other bed or something. And he does love it. Absolutely love it. So, yes. What else have I got to talk about? Yeah, my 1 year anniversary was really lovely. And then about, I don't know, I want to say Tuesday evening, we came back home. And I was just suddenly I'm not very well. And then I got a head cold. And I'm still a little bit stuffy now, just ever so slightly. You know when you have a cold kind of comes in a spike and then it sort of tapers off. And that's where I'm in the tapering off bit right now. And I'm a bit I can't breathe properly and I hate it. I feel like my voice sounds a bit like stuffy. I'm really annoyed that this woman is not doing her job. Text-to-speech woman, where are you? How dare you? It's strange not being able to put cutaways in my videos. Right, we can hear that, can't we? Everyone can hear that. Why can't we hear the alert box lady? Is she broken? No, she's retired. Oh, well, I'm sorry, everybody. Thank you so much for all the super chats and things. I shall have to manually read them out. I hope that's okay. Stayed at the Shard. JK, everyone, this stream. Thank you, Marcel. Yes. Yeah, so stayed at the Shard for the first anniversary. I thought that would be a nice thing to do. And it was really lovely. And I really needed just like a little something just to be like, thank you for being a wonderful boyfriend. Ooh, you know, like, oh, that's nice. Biscuit gets more adorable every time I see him. So yes, he went to stay with Louis and Louis's mum and Louis's sister for when we went to see Eurovision. And I swear when I came back, I was like, he's huge. Like, his feet are getting so big now. I'm like, how big are you going to get? Please don't grow into a Great Dane. I'll be like, I don't think so. Could you imagine Biscuit's a Great Dane? I'd be like, oh no, I'm very, very frightened. There's a beast in my house. Nice to see you experiencing that. You deserve that. KJK, thank you. Thank you. Matt, I'm in my first actually healthy relationship and I feel so safe. I hope you feel the same. Happy 1 year anniversary. Yes, it is very... So I've got a lot of like... How am I going to phrase this without divulging too much on the internet? I've got a lot of... I'm going to use the word hang-ups. I don't know if that's quite correct. But it might be. It might not. I've got a couple of hang-ups from previous relationships. And I do things like I always say I'm sorry. I'll do something and be like, I'm sorry, I just need to blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I don't actually need to apologize. Can you believe it? I feel so safe, don't need to. Unhinged. Yes. So, dead now, yeah. Oh, dead now, Caroline, yeah. Oh, dead. I've been dealing with a scratchy sore throat too, babe. Nicholas, I'm sorry to hear that. So I'm going to sound like an old woman here, but it's very much like there's something going round. Every time the weather, like, drastically changes, and it kind of has, we're kind of actually entering summer now. I always get, like, a bit under the weather, or it's like every 3 months on... I was going to say on brand, on the dot. So things are going to be a little bit chaotic tonight on the internet for me, my loves. So, oh my God, orange face, yes. Has Biscuit lost any baby teeth? So the other day, he started doing this thing where he would yawn and then sort of like chatter his jaw, like he'd yawn and then go, and I was like, this is new, what's this? Immediately to Google, I went, and I was like, right, why is my dog chattering his jaw? And everyone was like, he's got anxiety, take him to the vet immediately. And I was like, I don't think it's that, because he's not nervous, he's not upset, he's not in pain, he's still eating. And then I saw someone that was like, oh, sometimes they can do it when they have a loose tooth or they've got a little bit of like tooth pain. And I was like, do you know what? We'll have a look. So I like looked in his jaw, and he had right at the back up here, like a little loose tooth. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. His first tooth. So then like I waited a little while and was just kind of like, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And then he was sitting on my lap the other day and spat it into my hand. Before I really knew what was happening, he'd like nibbled half of it. And I was like, oh, great. you've thrown up a tooth and eaten it. So then I have this like tiny little piece of a half tooth left. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep that. So it's his first little baby tooth is gone. And it was about 3 days ago that happened. So baby's first tooth. I imagine he's going to lose probably a few more over the next couple of months, because he's now 5 months old, and I know that like they start puberty, they start becoming an adult like at 6 to 8 months sort of time. So I'm like, right, okay, prepare for this. He's done this thing constantly at the moment, typical boy, where he's like, we'll be playing or something, and he's be like, I just have to check if my willy's still there. And I'm like, I haven't stolen your willy, Biscuit, like calm down. But he does it with everyone. It's bizarre. Imagine a 6-foot Biscuit. I mean, I like Biscuit, but only because he's little, and if he's doing something naughty, I can just pick him up and be like, stop doing all that immediately. If he was a Great Dane, I'd be like, please, just do whatever you want. Leave the children alone. Ridiculous. Fresh pet, not fresh pretty. Oh, I need to get, he needs to have a little bath, actually. He's getting a bit smelly. Smelly Biscuit bath. Beware the tooth fairy. Is he hypoallergenic? He isn't, sadly. No, he does shed. I don't think you can get many Dachshunds that... I don't think there's a breed... The wire hairs might be less They might actually be hypoallergenic. I'm not sure. So when I grew up, we used to have Bichon Frise, and they're hypoallergenic. You have to like get them groomed. You have to like brush them. Their fur is more like wool or like a wool-like texture rather than like hair. But Biscuit's fluff gets on everything. I don't know if you can tell right now because my contrast is pretty good on this camera. I'm got so much like Biscuit fluff all over me at the moment. He doesn't look like he's gonna get very big. No, I agree. He doesn't look like he's gonna get much bigger. I think he might. I feel like you can usually tell from the size of their feet if they're gonna get any bigger. And I feel like he's got a little bit of growing into them to do. You know, ridiculous. Whenever my Mr. Biscuits get pecks, he always just check his willy or make sure it's clean. It's weird, isn't it? When I had a girl dog growing up, I don't remember her doing it, but I know that my boy dog growing up always did. Weird, isn't it? What do we have? Time to make some teeth earrings. Do you know I used to have a tooth necklace back in the day? I don't know whose tooth it was. No idea. Currently writing your master's dissertation. Oh, Hannah, good luck. What's your master's on? Avery Quinn, thank you so much for the super chat. Would I ever get a doggy friend for Mr. Biscuit? So, I kind of have a bit of like two minds about Biscuit. So, one day I would love to have one of his little children at some point. I think maybe like years and years and years in the future. I'd love to keep his little lineage. I really would, just to be like, I don't know. The idea of in like 30 years' time being able to look at like, I don't know, little Muffin and be like, I had your granddad Biscuit and he was lovely and I see him a lot in you. Like, I don't know. That's just really cute to me. I don't know if I'm actually going to do that because, like, it's actually a lot of effort to have, like, more than one dog. But I would like him to have a friend at some point in the future. But I know that if me and Louis ever move in together or anything like that, I know that Louis would love to rescue a Staffy. And I actually really like Staffies as well. They've got big, cute, little lovely faces. So I think at some point we'll probably have a little Staffy. So that'll be cute. But I feel like because I live in an apartment right now, I feel like having two dogs in an apartment might not be like the best move for them. So I'd like to have some place with a little garden and like a woodland area nearby where I can take them for walks and things like that. I think that would be quite nice. So yes, a nice little friend. Would you ever buy a kitten for a friend for Biscuit? Thank you, Orange Face, again. I do really love cats, actually. When I grew up, I wasn't like a cat person, but we had cats. When I was really little, we had two cats called Tiger and Cheetah. I know, right? So imaginative. It was the 90s. Oh, doxed. But I think I could. I'd quite like to have a cat at some point, I think. I think I'd rescue a little kitten. That could be quite lovely. I feel like cats are really, like, mixed bag, though, aren't they? Because sometimes you can have a cat that's like, I'm the most friendly, lovely, beautiful, soft little kitten everywhere. And then sometimes cats are like, I hate you. And then you're like, oh, I have this thing in my house that hates me. I feel like puppies don't often do that. Like, dogs don't often have that temperament. Like, usually they're kind of like, I don't know, maybe, no, that's quite a generalization there to the puppy community. My dog does the same thing. It's silly, isn't it? So silly. Hello. Oh, goodness, we've got loads of people in. Hello, everyone. How are we all doing tonight? Oh, just to let you guys know as well, I will be streaming live on Twitch after this stream. I'm going to give myself about a 15-minute break because I do need to desperately eat something. I haven't eaten anything decent all day. And we're going to be playing a game on Xbox Game Pass called Moonlighter. It's a little bit like one of the old Zelda games, but you go in dungeons, you get items, and then you sell them in your cute little shop, and it's such a cute game. I found it the other day, and I was like, where's this been? Love this. So that's what we're going to be playing on Twitch after this. If you want to come and follow me over on Twitch, it is Luxeria Plays right there. Gaslighter! Sounds like fun. Cats don't need your affection, they choose it. Very that. Very, very that. Very that. Tony, does your boyfriend get on well? Oh, no, Zoe Sevier. Thank you so much for the lovely rainbow pride emoji. That's so cute. Oh, my goodness, we are actually coming up to Pride Month soon, aren't we? What's everyone's plan for Pride Month? Pride Month. Pride Month. What's everyone's plans for Pride Month? I don't have any Pride plans this year. Can you believe it? Ridiculous. Does my boyfriend get on well with Rolly and my other friends? Yes, Tony, yes. He's integrated wonderfully into my life, and I am gagged at that because I've never had that experience before. Just say that. Any potential body mods you might do in the future? More tats, more piercings, perhaps dyeing your hair black? Sol. Oh, goodness. I will not dye my hair black, no. I had a bit of an identity crisis a few years ago when I finished my degree and I was like, black hair, black and red hair, yes. No, I will not be doing, I would not, but I'm quite happy with this sort of like white blonde platinum colour. I'm happy with this. I will probably be getting more tattoos. I still want my septum re-pierced, but there's still a little tiny bit of swelling here that I'm just going to wait to go. Like, I'm just going to wait for it to go. Because sometimes being, like, having, like, white blonde hair and lip fillers and having, like, makeup that's like this, like a soft brown smoky eye, sometimes I do feel a little bit just like generic blonde lady. And I do miss my septum ring because it is kind of like a statement to be like, no, this is a decision. You know what I mean? Bit different. Yes. David, hello. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hello, you look beautiful. And thank you. Do you have a lot of American fans? Have you noticed? Where is your biggest fan base? So, believe it or not, my love, America is my biggest fan base. 80% female and like 50, is it 50 something? It's 50 something percent American. So the majority of my audience is in fact American, which is why I try to upload at a time in which like your days are just about to start, I think. I get quite a lot of comments of people being like, I drink my morning coffee and I watch you on YouTube. So that's like a wonderful way of like coinciding everything. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. Yeah, my biggest fan base. And then next is the UK, and then it's Australia, which is why I was like, do you know what? Let's give the Australians something. Let's do some Australian content. And now I've moved on to a little bit of New Zealand content as well, and I'm going to find some other bits and bobs from there that I want to do as well, which is nice. I quite like it. Different. Blonde for summer always feels better for me. I love being this colour. I mean, this is like, it's weird because sometimes when I think of blonde hair, I don't think of this. Like, when I think of my hair, I'm like, this is like platinum white. Like, a blonde person is usually very like, I was about to say Swedish, like Swedish blonde. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't Swedish blonde, really, is it? This is like, I don't know. I come from the Arctic. No plans yet. No plans. Going to a bigger city for it. Oh, that's good. That's good. There's a couple of, I think I'm probably going to go to London Pride. Probably going to go to Trans Pride in London as well, because that's way more like a protest now, because everything's getting a bit intense and hideous here. JDW, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Coach JB as well, and Blue Chi. Thank you so much, my loves. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you. What skincare do you like to use? So I'm a huge fan of the CeraVe brand. I am actually working on some of my own formulations right now. I have a tiny breakout right here at the moment. I don't know where this has come from. It's really annoying. But yeah, generally I use my own skincare at the moment. But if I don't have my own available, I do go for CeraVe. And there's also a brand called Piping Rock. I know they're a dropshipping company, but I just really like some of their serums. They're really simple, really, really simple skincare. And I feel like when it comes to skincare, simplistic is the best option. Like, use things that work, use things that have like huge banks of medical evidence behind them, and you're generally going to be on the right track. Celebrate the first super chat from Blue Chi. Thank you, Blue Shui. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Orange Face, would you ever consider vocal feminization surgery? Yes, that's actually my next surgery that I'm going to have consultation for. It's just finding a place that it slips into my diary, because I will have to take a lot of time away from work for that. And I'm like, can't really afford the time off right now. So, yeah. I do want it. One of my friends recently had it, and her results are really good. And I'm like, oh, that was kind of like the thing that tipped me over the edge of like, yeah, I kind of want this. Coach Chebby, thank you so much for the super chat. Jamie O'Donnell, hello, my love. Oh, let me count. Oh, the super chat's going well, girls. Hello, you look stunning. I'm happy you're happy in life and relationship. Also, have been following Roly internet gout saga. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. Yes, we do in fact have a lot of internet gout together. We haven't filmed together for a little while, but we're going to do some collaborations soon. I think the next one for my channel that we're going to do is Changing Rooms, another hateful Changing Rooms makeover. I also have this. I have this as well here. Do you want to see an exclusive? So a friend in America very kindly sent this to me. Oh, it's back to front. What not to wear? The best of the American TLC version. So we're going to do a little compare and contrast, which will be fun. I've got like a bunch of episodes. I haven't checked the copyright, and I haven't checked how well they'll edit or anything, so it's like, I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Or as some of the saying goes, I'll burn that bridge when I get to it. Oh, goodness. God, thank you for the super chats. Popping off. Blue Cheese, thank you again. Blue Cheese, have you played the new Zelda? So, I haven't... So, I really liked the Zelda game. Actually, I didn't. And I've got some reasons as to why I didn't like the game. No, I didn't really enjoy Breath of the Wild because it was on the Switch. And I feel like the Switch, the technology in the Switch really limits my gameplay experience. Having played on things like the PS5 and Xbox and blah, blah, where you can have like 4K 60, like very intense gaming, it feels very strange to be like 30 frames per second, 720p, good luck. Also, I kind of frame lag, and it kept taking me out of the experience on Breath of the Wild. We played the whole thing from start to finish on stream. And I did enjoy the storyline, and I did enjoy the gameplay, and I did enjoy the bosses, but I just feel like it suffers from being on the Switch. But I have noticed that loads of people are loving the new one. It's not called Breath of the Wild. What is it? What's the new one? Keys to the Woman. I can't remember what it's called, but people are loving it. They're absolutely loving it. And you know what? It's nice to see people enjoying it, because it's nice to see a video game franchise still living like the best this long on. I really love it. Really, really love it. It's just not for me, no. Right, here we go. I'd love to dye my hair white, but I look like an egg with a wig. Oh, sorry, Sol. Sorry, yeah. I must admit, when I was a little bit paler, I have embraced a little bit more of a tanning lifestyle. When I was a little bit paler, sometimes I do kind of feel like no matter how white my hair was, it still wouldn't look white because I was so white. So, yeah. Lewis, hello. Don't say slip on the stream. Demonetized. I know, right? I haven't had to worry about being demonetized on YouTube for a little while, though, which is nice. I've jinxed it now, go, haven't I? Fifi Gigantor, have you seen the Legit Creeps video about her back tattoo problems? Thoughts? Seems like the artist might have been at fault. Unfortunate regardless. No, I haven't seen this. What's this? What's this, T? So, I don't know if I would ever get my back tattooed. I'm not sure. I really want both of my arms done, and I want something on my legs, but I don't want to cover the full thing. I actually quite like having some skin show. I think it's quite sexy on a tattoo. Like this. I feel like it's quite sexy, and I can say that about myself. Quite like it. So I kind of want the same thing on this side, like a little bit of skin showing with my designs, etc. And on my legs. And I kind of want something on the sides of my body, like to sort of almost accentuate like a waistline, I guess. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm not really sure. Sarah, it's so weird. I have a scar on my head. It's from where I was knocked down as a kid, developed by a tiny patch. I have developed a tiny dry patch under it in the past year. Skin is weird. Sometimes skin is just like, do you know what? I'm going to be a huge problem now. It's not fun, isn't it? Hideous. Absolutely hate it. I don't remember the American people grabbing people's tartars like Trini and Susanna. Yeah, Trini and Susanna are so hands-on. It's a bit shocking to watch, and I can't believe that the BBC commissioned it for like, what, 6 or 7 seasons? It's unhinged. Absolutely unhinged. Would I ever consider going to Canada, and where? I'm a Canadian fan, and I'm from Calgary. Thank you, Orange Face. I'd love to go to Canada. It does seem like quite a lovely place to go, actually. Ironically, Novimpia and me and Rolly were considering going to Universal Studios Orlando and also Disney World Florida. Obviously, that's not happening now. As soon as some of the insane, like, I don't know, rhetoric started happening, I was like, I'm going to keep my eye on this because I don't know if I feel comfortable now going to Florida. And literally like 3 weeks later, it was like, well, banned. And I'm like, oh my God, hideous. Can't believe it. So yeah, kind of annoying, but we're probably going to go to California for our little theme park adventure, which will be nice. But I would love to go to Canada. I think I would like to take my boyfriend to Canada, and we can have like a Canadian adventure together. I think that would be really nice. Min TM, Min on the garment. How was Sick to Death? I'm going next month for my birthday. So Sick to Death was a cute little like museum about like the history of medicine and death. I will say maybe needs to be a little bit updated, but it was fun. I still had fun. You have to sniff everything and you have to read a lot of things, but it was very It was a bit macabre and kind of cool, which, you know, that's very me. I love macabre and weird stuff. It was quite fun. Yes. 60 Day. I would recommend it. Yes. Very good. Yes. I played Wolfenstein on my Xbox Series X and bought it for Switch to play on the go, and I was like looking through a Vaseline pond. Yeah, thanks for becoming a member. It's also like, I know you can play like Fortnite on the go and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't really like it. I haven't, like, I don't know why. I like the Switch as a concept. I'm just a bit like, it's been out for a long time now, and I'm a little bit like, come on, we should upgrade the tech, or sort of like release, I don't know, the Switch 2.0, something that can actually do 1080p 60 frames per second. I would love. And then I would probably be like fully on it all the time. But yeah, I don't know. Any quick and easy... Oh, hello, Viera Boudreau. Any quick and easy femme eyeshadow tips for people with round, heavy, hooded eyes? Trying to get more into eye makeup. Not sure what good shapes work. So I have really deep set eyes. For me, exaggerating the roundness works really well. I mean, I do a little flick here. I love a flick because it gives you that upswing. Actually, for someone with hooded eyes, I would say shimmer works really nicely at drawing attention to the center of the eye. And you can kind of cheat it and pull it up a little bit higher, and it doesn't necessarily look a little bit strange. But a little bit of shimmer here or glitter here, or do what I do sometimes, which is when I do like a little wing, I'll put like a little bit of glitter underneath out here, just so it gives that like little bit of sparkle and a little bit of like femininity. That's quite fun. Yeah, I'd start with that. Something quite straightforward. There you go. I hope that helps, my love. Adam Johnson, thank you. Sending love. Remember that you are seen and heard. Thank you, Adam. Sometimes it does feel a little bit like, I don't really know what I'm doing, you know? It's very, very strange. I have a very strange experience because a lot of what I do is very solitary. Like here online, we're currently in a chat with 400 people in, but I do not see 400 people in my day-to-day life. Isn't that wild? Absolutely wild. Hello, Patrick. How are you doing, my love? Patrick McDonald. Hello from Mr. Gay World, Australia 2016. I lost my job. My drag name is Camille Toe, and I'm spending the last of my shekels to say hello. Shekels? Shekels? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so sorry that you lost your job, my love. It's, isn't it horrible? Are you experiencing the cosy livy in Australia? I feel like that's to blame, isn't it? Like, ugh, hateful. Mark H. Williams, author. Hello, my love. Out and Equal LGBTQ plus Business Summit is at Disney World in September. My company Pride Group is going, but there are concerns about our trans member. What? Yeah, you might have to change that, sis. That's shocking. Because, like, well, when is that September? Goodness. So many things might change between now and September. They might just outright like, LGBT people full stop. Be like, just, no. Thank you, Kojebi, for joining the Patreon. Thank you, gorgeous. Thank you. I will let you guys know. Patreons, any Patreons in here. I do have the May, what's it called? May outtakes. I also have the April outtakes. I'm going to merge them together because I was a bit ill and I had some time away. I'm going to merge them together so they can make like a good 8 minutes of content together. I think that's fun. I hope that's okay. It's going to come out soon, probably before the end of the month. Just so you know. Yes. Jamie O'Donnell, since you play Parkitect, would you ever play Planet Coaster? It's like Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, more updated and stuff. So I have played Planet Coaster. I will say, for me, like a building game, I feel like sometimes when it's so free and big and 3D, it's a little bit overwhelming. And I get a little bit like, I can't build something gorgeous in that sort of... Not that I ever build anything gorgeous on Parkitect anyway. Can you believe it? But yeah, it's very... I do like Planet Coaster. I did play it a little bit. I did enjoy it. But Parkitect, for some reason, clicks this like nostalgia factor for me. And I think because it's a little bit more straightforward, I really enjoy it. It's so much fun. I love it. I probably would play it again, though, to be honest. The Cosy Livy. Yes, Patrick McDonald. So the Cosy Livy is what the UK Huns call the cost of living crisis. If you didn't laugh, you'd just die, wouldn't you? Horrible. Hello, Coralian. How are you doing, my love? And thank you, Candice. Love you too. I got no notifications you were online. Do you know, sometimes YouTube is just like this, isn't it? Like, if it actually showed everyone that I was online, could you imagine? Could you imagine if we were doing a live stream and 140,000 people were in it? I would probably have a heart attack of fear, to be honest. The anxiety would be like, no, I'm frightened, no. How is everyone doing in this chat on this fine day? Lizard asks. The Lizard Queen. Lizard Kitmin. Nah. Right. Would you ever do a really colourful eye look for a video? So I used to do a lot more colourful eye looks. Weirdly enough now, I've been really into like neutral tones. Is today a neutral tone? I guess so. It's more muted today rather than neutral. I just feel like they make my icy white eyes pop. I do love a blue eyeshadow look though. I have a burgundy palette that I'm always dipping into. I used to love doing a little splash of burgundy in like any wedding looks because it really is quite eye-catching without it being too much like, I've got colourful eyeshadow on, if you know what I mean. So I do like it, but I think I would rather wear like vibrant colours on my lips. Probably not blue though. I used to love a blue lipstick, but like, no. Maybe do a 5-hour Planet Coaster fundraiser stream for my voice surgery. Iris, could you imagine? But we did actually do a we did a charity fundraising stream for the Dogs Trust a couple of months ago, and that did excellently. I would love to do another one. I'm thinking about maybe doing one for like a trans charity or something, because I feel like kind of need to, you know, help my community out a little bit more than what I'm doing, you know, very that. One more shekel left. Thoughts on Girls Aloud? Oh, Girls Aloud. Oh, dear. I mean, they had some bops back in the day, didn't they? Let's be honest. Girls Aloud. Sound of the Undercats. That one. Everything is so expensive. $11 for a container of eggs. You should get eggs. $11 for eggs. I don't know how much a dollar is in terms of... Wait, is that US dollars? What's that, like 80p? That's quite expensive, isn't it? $11 for eggs. $11 for... How is anyone... Like, is it just going to get worse from here on out? Are we just going to be here in, like, 10 years' time going, $408 for eggs? Like, is that where we're going? It just seems so unhinged. Like, surely at some point, everything has to collapse and stop, no? Like... Oh, it's very annoying. Like, literally, even thinking about things like... Well, probably one of the bigger things that my generation is facing is... will they ever be able to afford their own home? And it's like... I'm also in the same struggle of, like, I probably never will really be able to afford my own place unless unless something happens that helps me out. You know what I mean? Like, some sort of intervention from something else, somehow. And I don't know what that could be. So it's a bit like... Are we just going to all accept that, like, rent and, like... housing prices are just going to forever go up? Because surely everyone I'm speaking to is shocked about the cost of like some aspect of living. So it's like, hang on, how are they ever going to just keep going up? Surely no one's going to be able to buy anything eventually, right? I don't know. I'm not a what do you call a finance woman. I'm not into finance. Benjamin, thank you. Highlighting comment from Ren. I would love to see you and Rolly watch tattoo competition shows since you both have body modifications. Yes, some of the older sessions of Inked. Also, thank you, Tiger XL. My God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Also, what's this one? What's this one? Love that. Thank you. Yes, we have some episodes of some tattoo competition shows to watch. They're really heavily copyrighted, annoyingly. So, when I get round to being able to find a way to do them that's in a, like... I was going to say, what was it? A God-honouring way. When I get round to that, we will definitely do some, because it is quite like, some of them are just unhinged, by the way, unhinged. Tiger XL, hi, I love your videos. They really inspired me to look how I want. Yes, we love to see it. Also, could you please tell me on what arm your tattoo is on? I can't tell, and I've been trying to figure it out. It's on my left. It's on my left. It's on my left arm. My left. So, I don't know... which things do this, but in video I think I actually face the other way. I think my video is mirrored, so there's a difference between like 4K and 1080p, and I don't know why. And also when I'm live streaming, it's like the other way around as well. And I think it's so the reason why I live stream that way is because I have my chat over here, and it's nice for me to like look at the game and look at the chat this way rather than being like, hello, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? But yes, it's on my left. Thank you so much, Tiger XL. Thank you. Oh, lovely. All right, my loves, we've got about another 15 minutes left of the live stream today over on YouTube. And then I'll be live over on Twitch if you want to come join me to play some Moonlighter, which I'm very excited about. That, yes, probably like £8 or £9 there is equivalent. The idea that if I wanted to have some eggs and I would go to the supermarket and pay £9 for eggs is insane. But wasn't there like, isn't one of the reasons that the eggs are so expensive is because there's there's a bird flu outbreak that's not hit the news yet, isn't there? Or it's trying to be kept a bit quiet. Is that right? I feel like I'm not usually a conspiracy theorist, but like, when companies are like, oh, suddenly this costs a lot of money, I am like, follow the money. What's happened in your supply chain somewhere? And I don't think it's conspiracy to literally look at something and go, oh, that's the reason why that's happening. Inflation suddenly rose and everything is so expensive. Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys watch the podcast that I have with Broly called Gag of the Millennial, but we were in Asda and we were looking at fish fingers at one point and they were £8.50. And I was like, £8.50. I remember when I was a child, my parents would be like, we're having fish fingers and chips tonight as dinner. It's like, my parents would never have paid £8.50 for like 10 fish fingers. It's like, what? Just shocking. What is my tattoo, Vampira? So this is my death arm. I'm going to try not to flash you my breasts. It has things you might associate with death on it. So it's got skulls. It's got a death rose here, which you see lots of like flowers. It's got gravestone crackles, which I really like. This is a little bit more like a free thought about death for me. So this is like a spiritual, well, it's not really spiritual. It's like an inky style, like dreamlike snake that goes all the way around my arm, ties everything together. I have a bit more work to do on this arm. I just haven't had space and time to be able to do it yet. So these are all things you might find in death. And also the serpent is in a lot of like mythologies, serpents are often associated with like death or the afterlife or like descent into the afterlife. So that's why she's here. I love my snake. It doesn't have a name. I just really love it. Maybe it can be called like Mortis or something. I don't know. I love my snake. Cheese has gone up by £1 in Co-op. God, why is everything... Do you know what I'm really shocked about as well? Things are going up at like an astronomical speed. It's like, sure, it's fine if it's like, okay, over a few years, things are going up in price because you sort of expect that to happen. But when it's like, oh, 1 month ago, this was 80p, it's now £8, and next month it'll be 402. It's like, what is happening? How did this happen? Unhinged. I hate it. Milton. No, this is not a Milton. Thank you. I love snakes. Call it Janessa. Can you imagine? No say. Maybe something will happen like the Celtic tiger we had in Ireland in the 90s, and we'll be able to benefit off that and prepare for the future when things inevitably get worse again. What's the Celtic tiger? What's that? I don't know what that is. Blinked again. They had to kill a lot of chickens on farm because of bird flu recently. Okay. So that would make sense, wouldn't it? If that was like, we have to cull a load of livestock because of an outbreak, that would inevitably drive up quite drastically the price of eggs, wouldn't it? Interesting. Oh, science, you say. Science is the art of observing something repeatedly. Yes. Oh, thank you, Matt Jax. Thank you. I must actually say, though, that I've got, like, the snake goes up here into my armpit, if you can see, all the way up here. All the way up to there. This part was so painful, and I was like, it wasn't painful here, it was painful across my implants, and I was like, I almost had to be like, I'm sorry, we need to stop. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is so painful, just across here, and I'd had the skull done on the back here, and I didn't feel anything across here, so I feel like something, you know, like, I don't know, maybe like, the nerve endings are all like different because it's been surgically altered here. I was like, oh my God, that is so painful. I was literally like gritting my teeth and having my eyes closed for like an hour. And I was like, I can't believe how much this hurts. This is insufferable. It was ridiculous. Thank you, Colomos. SAR. What's SAR? Colomos. HS. What's SAR? I don't know what currency that is. SAR. Thank you, my love. Inflation won't subside until 2024 and the US elections start. Tea. Thank Thank you for the super chat, my lovely. Yeah, I have a feeling that usually these sorts of things do kind of... I'm not saying they're caused by these things, but they definitely have like a flow and pattern, don't they? Like a repetitive pattern. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if when the US elections start, we start to hear some really wild things happening, because a lot of like the policies in the UK that are like about the anti-trans movement, basically, and the same within America, a lot of them seem to be Republican-led like culture wars that are almost trying to win over people who wouldn't usually vote for them or something. I'm not quite sure what the end game is, because it seems like a really small problem to be making huge, you know? It's very cut off your nose to spite your face kind of thing, because it's like, we're starting to see now on Twitter actual like cis women being thrown out of bathrooms because they're suspected to be trans. And a lot of the people that are like, that a man can just pretend to be a trans woman and go in the ladies' bathroom. It's like, well, a man can just pretend to be a trans man now and not do anything and go into a woman's bathroom, because that's what you're forcing trans men to do. Go into women's bathrooms. I don't know. The whole thing is it's very like, there's something else going on. And we need to like, stay vigilant. Stay vigilant, my loves. Don't give in to the hate. We must be intolerant to intolerance. Natalama, do you still do lab and science stuff? I do. I do it for myself now. I don't work in like the industry or anything. I'm working on my own formulas at the moment for skincare. And a couple of things that might be in the pipeline for this year. Maybe. But yes, I love my science stuff. I basically have my own little home lab at the moment. I've got like a big black trunk. Big black like industrial trunk. And I have like my magnetic stirrers in there. I've got all my like, what do you call them? Pipettes, all my beakers, Erlenmeyer glassware, heating equipment, all of that sort of stuff. I love it. Absolutely love it. I'll never stop doing science. It's so enjoyable. It's because it's such a challenge as well. When something doesn't work, my brain goes, how can we fix this? How can we make it better? How can we improve on this? And then that's the problem that keeps me up at night until 3 a.m. going, oh, why don't I try another percentage of satyrial alcohol at this stage? Ridiculous. Patrick McDonald, thank you, Life Motto. Get the bloody hell into it. Exactly. Pay attention. Pay attention, girls. Oh, little biscuit. Aren't we having a general election next year too? Are we, Louise? I think we might be, you know. I feel like we had loads back to back in the UK, and then suddenly we haven't had one for a little while now. But we've had like 3 prime ministers in power that we haven't voted for. Really weird. Very North Sea, isn't it? The Celtic Tiger was our economic boom. Ah! I did not know that. Amazing. When was that? Have we ever had an economic boom? It feels like we've never had one. Feels like it's just all getting worse, isn't it worse? Love it. I'm all for science, yet I'm jealous. I want a home lab. At least you can always start somewhere. Actually, probably formulating your own skincare is actually quite a good place to start. Especially if you start with like the really simple ideas, like an exfoliating serum or something. It's very easy. We want to see the lab. Sorry, Thirsty. I'm not going to show you. No. Maybe one day I will. I probably, to be honest, when I start actually like getting my company together, I probably will start doing a lot of like behind the scenes stuff, because on the internet, part of my brand is the fact that I am a biochemist, and I'm sure that people will want to see me doing some biochemistry as to why I choose to do certain things or use certain ingredients or do a certain process. New personal all-gender bathrooms at my college in AZ. Ooh! See, I always feel like bathrooms should be personal anyway. Like, it's 2023. No one should be peeing in a trough together. Like, ugh. Disgusting. What's my favourite monster? I'm loving Ultraviolet. I thought you meant monster as in, like, monster then. As in, like, big scary lady. I am Squirrel. I really quite like this one. This is the Lewis Hamilton one. Apparently, it's like a... I was going to say reskin. A rebrand of the... Is it Ripper? Was it called Ripper? It's quite like a soft tropical taste. It's very minimal, quite inoffensive, easy to drink. I quite like it. My absolute hands down favourite at the moment, though, is the Ultra Rosa. It's like a like rose flavor. Oh, it's delicious. I wish they bring out like a cream soda. I would be all over that. All over it. It's delicious. Love cream soda flavors. Thank you, Morgan. You formulating would be a really cool video sometime. I'd like to do that sometimes because there are some like skincare. What's the word I'm going to use here? So there are some steps in skincare. So for example, I've always been a massive fan of salicylic acid in cosmetics, especially a serum. That's basically like a really fundamental blemish serum, like a beta hydroxy acid blemish serum. And I feel like I could make that into a video because it's quite a straightforward thing, not too complicated, and I feel like everyone will be able to get access to the things to make it, and it wouldn't be like it's not a protected recipe, it's not a protected formula. You don't have to do anything that's dangerous at all. It's all very safe. So maybe I could make that into like a little video at some point. I think that would be fun. Mango Loco is the only one I'll have. Minty M, that's my boyfriend's favourite one. Girls, mix Monster and cream soda together. What flavour do you think I should mix? Milku. All right, my loves, we got 2 minutes left. Get your questions in now. I want to say a massive thank you also to everyone who's given a super chat. I never really know how well these chats are going to go. I never really know who's going to turn up, who's going to be here, who's going to be interested. So thank you guys so much for making it well worth my evening. Getting some I don't often go live on YouTube, so it's lovely to actually speak to people on YouTube. I'm always live on Twitch, and I know that there's some of the Twitch fam are in here as well, and we always have a little party, but I feel like because this is professional lady work, I'm like, oh, who's going to come to the professional lady live stream on YouTube? Silly. Unisex dunnies are for all poos and coke. Oh my God, Patrick. What's that song that Rolly sings? I turn to coke. In the unisex bathroom, I turn to coke. There you go. I have such a low tolerance for caffeine, I can't drink Monster. I'll live vicariously through you. I have driven my caffeine tolerance through the roof. I will have 2 of these a day alongside actual coffees. Isn't that unhinged? Ridiculous. Naughty, very naughty. I know I shouldn't. No. Freakish Uproar, thank you. Thank you, my love. Oh, look at this lovely lady going, thanks. Oh, she's blushing. Oh, thank you. Nicola Shipway, do you do talks? I wanted to hire you for an event, but I'm unsure if you do talks. I've never done a talk. You can DM me on Instagram if you want, though, or on Twitter. I'll be interested to hear what the proposition is. But no, I've never done talks. I really should do because it's a very useful talent to have in real life. I've done presentations about things and I've spoken at panels, at Sitsi and stuff, but I've never actually gone somewhere and been I'm going to do a talk now. Never. Where is Bisquish? He's asleep right next to me. Oh, little biscuit. I'm going to take a little photo for you all, just so you know that I'm not lying to you. Oh, little biscuit. Here is little biscuit asleep right next to me. There he is. So I'm going to leave him sleeping because he's had a long day. It's been a long day for little biscuit. Isn't that cute? Being propositioned online. Oh, we've got a couple of super chats. Thank you, Amber Fritz. You've made my day better, girls. Oh my goodness. Thank you, my love. Thank you. I do have a new video coming out on Thursday as well, my loves. It's another episode of America's Next Top Model, and it's a lot. It's not fun. Well, it is fun, but it's also ridiculous. How did you find your A-levels? I had my first 2 proper exams on Wednesday. Good luck, my love. A-levels have changed since I did them. I found my A-levels to be particularly difficult. I didn't blossom academically until I was in university at 25. So just always know that even if this doesn't go the way you want it to, there's always a future. Your life does not end the moment you finish college. Life barely begins at that point. I didn't even know that I wanted to go into science until I was 25. Until I was 23, and then I applied and deferred a year and then started when I was 25. And I didn't get my degree until I was 30. So, yes. Anyway, are your desk legs pink? No! No, say, no, Morgan, no, say, no. Yes, my desk is bright pink. Anyway, my loves, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Thank you to everyone who's chatted. Thank you to everyone who shared everything. Thank you for all the love I'm currently getting. Thank you to the new followers. Thank you for all the super chats and the stickers and everything. Just to let you guys know, I will be live on Twitch in about 15 minutes time. playing some Moonlighter. So I would love for you to come over there if you fancy it. If not, I also understand, my loves. It is Luxeria Plays, and I'll see you real soon. But yes, my loves, I'll have a brand new video here on YouTube on Thursday. And with that, I'll see you soon. See you real soon. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining, you beautiful, beautiful people. Au revoir, Liège, everybody. Au revoir, au revoir, au revoir, au revoir, au revoir, au revoir.